Hey, I'm Brad, and this is The Race Show.
Hi, my name's Des, and welcome to The Race Show.
What's up, guys? I'm your host, Brad Hedinger with The Race Show, and we're here today at PRI. I'm going to be giving you guys all kinds of footage and such with Lewis, and we're going to be running through the show and doing our thing.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're here at the CSF Radiators booth. They are a big sponsor of the Project Nova, and they provide all the cooling products for the car. So why don't you check out, see what they have. Hey, what's up, guys? We're here at the AEM Performance Electronics booth. Let's check out and see all the new products they have.
Got my Starbucks.
We're vlogging.
You guys is gonna get mad. You have an extra copy of the video? I think we can go in
No pressure.
Still not as fast as me.
Yeah, but you had needed 3 tries. Your first was a .025.
Nobody saw that.
Complimentary beverage. Lewis had 1 beer, and now he's gonna drive tractor.
What's up, guys? It's like 12 p.m., day 2 of the PRI show. We're just getting here. Needless to say, we had a little too much fun last night.
What's the PRI show without at least one night of fun?
And we feel like a bunch of degenerates right now. And our stomachs are in knots.
Been too old for this.
So make sure you tune in for the rest of this video as we take you through day 2 of the PRI show.
Well, guys, we're feeling a little bit better today, I guess, or now. We just sat through a couple things today. One of the big cool things that we got a chance to look at was the Haltech new Nexus ECU. Basically, it's ECU and PDM combined, which is pretty awesome. So we're actually going to walk down to Haltech's booth and get some up-close footage of it and kind of tell you guys about it.
up, guys? Bringing you the ending to day 3 of the PRI show. I just wanted to make a quick video.
First and foremost, I want to say welcome to the Octagon. that's what this room is that we're sitting in. We're not going to talk about why it's the Octagon. But
yeah, it's an inside joke.
Yeah, got some cool stuff coming for the Nova and for some of the other projects we have going on in the shop. So, really looking forward to what we got going on for 2020. Hopefully everything pans out and, we're able to do some of the stuff we talked about here.
Yeah, so we talked to a lot of big names, big manufacturers in the industry. Can't really release yet who they are because nothing, is set in stone yet, but we have a pretty good feeling of who we're going to be working with in 2020. And hopefully, out of all these deals that are coming through, we can cover a whole race team, which is going to be a 3-car team. Me, Brad, and Mike Serrano and his Camaro as well. So hopefully we can get all the cars on board with the same partners. It would make everything a lot easier if we all have almost the same setup and same parts and stuff like that. So
this is the first time I've been to the PRI show in Indy, and the first time I've been back to it since I think the last year it was in Orlando. I want to say it was 11 or 12.
Yeah, a little while ago.
Yeah. And what's interesting for me, basically, when I was running a drifting program with Lewis back then, we were at the point where I would come to SEMA and I would come to PRI and I would talk to these companies about what we have going on, and I felt as though the market was so saturated with all these people that wanted stuff for nothing and didn't really have anything to offer. And there's a ton of guys that were just sponsor my drift car, and nobody really took it seriously.
Right.
And what I kind of saw with this trip, I didn't see it as much with SEMA. I saw it with this trip as, hey, Lewis is retaining, I guess, everybody really that you have on your sponsorship deck right now.
Yeah, there's a few companies that are not coming on board again in 2020, but yeah, most of them are coming back.
Yeah, so we're going and talking to companies, and they're extremely perceptive to continue to work with us first and foremost, which is always great. I've been in situations where I had somebody that I worked with. I go and obviously I'm not going to mention any names, but I go and meet up with them the next year, because usually either SEMA or PRI is the show that you do that, that face-to-face, and that's a lot of times what it takes to get this stuff working. And go talk to them, and they're just like, well, we're pulling funding or whatever the case is, and it's usually kind of a letdown a lot of times, and that's kind of where my perception is. I'm talking from me personally, not for Lewis. My perception always with these shows is you're going to come and you're going to probably pick up one and lose another type of deal. And everybody we talk to that we're doing stuff with the Nova, with Mike's car and also with my R3, they love it. They're willing to continue on. They like the information we're giving back to them. And that's stuff that I kind of want to get involved with on the show, is working with these companies and showing how did we get to 1150 horsepower with this car, and what got us there. And so one of the things that this is whatever is going to be episode 2 of the show, I guess.
Yeah.
And kind of giving you guys a little bit of an idea is, we know we're new at this. We're just started, and I want to be able to get an idea for you, the viewer, what we're going to have going on as far as some of the stuff we're working on. And I figure we have 3 pretty fast cars that we are working with. I have some, I don't really do the drifting stuff as much anymore, but I have some stuff that I can do insight-wise there as well that kind of pertains to the whole broad spectrum. So, kind of moving forward, I think that we have a really cool, sponsorship deck now that we're working with. We have a good amount of people on board with Lewis's car that are really helping us. And then with some of the companies we've talked to, we have a potential to really make a lot more power with Lewis's car. And that was one of our biggest things that we wanted to kind of work on. And I get to pick up a couple things out of it with the shop. So, that's exciting.
Yeah, basically, we just want to give you guys a behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to run a team like this. a lot of people don't know, like, this is pretty much a business, even though like we're not making money from this. But Brad has a shop, so that's a little different. But I don't, right? So I don't have a shop, so I don't make money racing or anything like that. But it's a full-time job. Try to keep partners happy and things like that. Working with them, working with manufacturers, and with products and product development, making sure everything is all right with the car and all right with the product that we're using, and things like that. So, but we always try to use the best products in the industry possible. But yeah, it's a full-time job, and it's not just about give me something and I'll put a sticker on my car. You got to do a lot more than just that. A lot of these manufacturers, vendors, distributors, they want more than that. They want content. They want you to tell the public, why are you using our products? Why did you choose us? And that's this kind of stuff we're going to be bringing to you on the race show. Like why are we using Garrett turbochargers? Why are we using Vibrant Performance products? What was your favorite car?
I really like that Cadillac.
He's talking the blue one.
No, the old Cadillac with the twin turbo LS in it. One was like a street car.
I don't remember that one.
I forget what booth it was in. We took footage of it.
I think my favorite was Ryan Martin's EL1 Camaro that he just unveiled for No Prep Kings next year. That car is pretty awesome, and it's beautiful. I love the gray. But I want to show you a clip of a car real quick. It's a 41 Willys that has a LS Pro Charge motor in it that we took footage of the show. And we're going to show you a second clip of what happened to this car after the show. Most of you probably already know or seen this clip.
What the?
So yeah, as soon as we got to the show, that was actually the first car that we saw and we checked out.
Well, for you, it wasn't the first car I looked at.
All right, whatever.
First car I looked at was the F1 car they had right when you walked in.
I don't remember that.
Didn't even look at them.
Whatever.
Okay. All Lewis cares about is drag racing.
So he wrecked this car or whatever, and I don't know if it was the owner of the car or
Yeah, we have no idea who was driving.
or who was driving or whatever. But the guy that came up to us and talked to us about the car, he was a very nice older man or whatever. He was telling us about the car or whatever, and it's the ToyMakerz 41 Willys, by the way, if I didn't mention that before. So he was telling us about the car or whatever, and that it was built for drifting. Okay, and then it's an awesome, that it's an awesome car. And I forget what he did say. Brad
basically was like, so I was asking him stuff about the motor. I didn't really realize it was a drift car. Okay, and like it was one of those, like, obviously the guy doesn't know who I am at all, and he kind of like puts that in there as like this cool tidbit of information. And I, like, in my mind, I'm literally like, wow, one of the worst drift cars ever.
Right.
Because it's on like a 395 probably, like huge back tire. Which, like, I know we don't do much with drifting in the show, and it isn't really our focus, but when it comes to a drift car, you have a lot of dynamics that work along the same route that you would use in drag racing and other forms of road racing and stuff like that. And looking at that car, I'm like, it's got a lot of tire. It's got the front tires were pretty big on it too.
Yeah, I think it was like a 275 up front or something like that.
Which is fine. Like, usually, like, to give you an idea, my drift car, all the tires are square on it. It runs a 205 on it. But I have like kind of a setup that just works really well for a small, it's a small tire, really cheap, easy to keep going. At a pro level, we were running a 235 on the front and a 265 on the rear. Our second season, we actually went down to a 245. So but that car, like when we had our drift team, like I was always searching for more and more and more grip. And you can see in the video when he wrecks it, he's off throttle and the thing's sliding sideways. And the one thing they were kind of like boasting about to me and Lewis was, oh, it makes 1,200 horsepower on without the spray. And to me, I'm like, man, you guys got a lot going on in this thing, you know, for being Pro Charged. And he didn't even know what the boost was at for them to make 1,200. But for being a Pro Charged LS and only making 1,200, I was kind of like, why did they do all of this first and foremost? You know, it was kind of silly, but like there was a lot of ingenuity in it. The car was cool. I'm not going to take away from that. But the part where I was like, first and foremost, to go drifting, there was a time maybe 3 or 4 years ago where like everybody was shooting for high numbers. Okay, like there was guys coming over from Japan and you know, guys in the States here that were running an FD, and there was a couple people making like 1,500 horsepower, stuff like that. There was like this really like horsepower craze, I guess you'd say. It didn't really work out too well for a lot of those guys. It was the guys that were making the 600 to 800 horsepower that really stayed together, were able to do the long haul through the season. So a car like this, where, and he even alluded to this talking to me, he's like, yeah, the wheelbase is a little short. Well, yeah, short wheelbase sucks. Like, and especially with something like that, where they had all that weight on the front of it. Like, with a drift car, you want to have it as easily balanced as, you know, as possible. And they have all that weight on the front of the car. It's a 4-link rear end. You know, we found a video clip that we're gonna drop in here. Is that your plan? You want to drop that video in of them drifting?
Yeah. So yeah, we can drop. Well, I don't know if we can.
Yeah, I don't know if we can either.
So you can YouTube ToyMakerz 41 Willys, and it's like one of the first videos that pops up. It's a 4-minute video, and you know, it's an awesome video. Don't get me wrong. And they're taking the car around the streets and doing some cool burnouts.
He was trying to do Gymkhana.
Yeah, Gymkhana with it, and like, you know, donuts and stuff like that. But that's not drifting. Okay, like I can do that, and I'm not like a drift driver or anything like that. You know what I mean? I can pull a handbrake and make it spin out and stuff like that, but it's definitely not a drift vehicle. And that's what we're getting at.
What we just got there is that I'm a better driver than Lewis is, which is fine. We can have that on the show for right away.
That's fine.
That way the people need to know these types of things.
That's fine. I'm faster than you on the drag strip. So yeah. So that's where we're getting at. The point of this section of the video is, you know, don't call a spade a spade if it's not a spade. You know what I mean? That's definitely not a drift car. It's a fun little toy car, whatever. You know, makes cool YouTube videos and makes a ton of horsepower. You know, and it's an eye grabber. You know what I mean? It grabbed our attention.
Yeah.
So, but it's definitely not a drift car.
And if they want to make it a drift car, they should definitely, you know, like, share, and subscribe to our video and hit me up, and I'll help them make it a better car. Because now it needs to be all redone, and it's a mess. You know, I don't even know. Like, we don't know any other like further information. We just saw it posted, and you know, I didn't even think it was that car, because honestly, like, when you're at this level, like, going to these shows, like, don't be that asshole.
Yeah, don't be that guy.
That leaves the show doing that. Like, and it's not really a problem with SEMA anymore, but it happened a couple times with SEMA where people were leaving SEMA and doing dumb stuff, and, like, you know, it happens. Well, everybody knows about all the Mustang stuff. Like, there's how many Mustang fail videos are there where some dude in white New Balances leaves because the car's in coffee, and he goes and wrecks into a crowd, basically, you know.
White New Balances.
It just comes down to whoever drove that car, whoever was leaving with that car, whoever it was, wasn't ready for 1,200 horse in a Pro Charge setup. And, like, to be the first one to tell you, 1,200 horse on a Pro Charger is way different than 1,200 horse on a turbo car.
Yeah.
At least on a turbo car, it would have came in a little smoother on him. You know, that car, I guarantee you, was like a light switch. Which is another thing that's kind of funny, because now that we're sitting here talking about this, I'm remembering him going, well, we've done Whipple setups, but this is a Pro Charge, and it doesn't come on as hard. It doesn't come on as fast, and it's just like, what? Like, the Pro Charge setup they have on it is the gear-driven Pro Charge, like the big boy Pro Charger. You know, like, I don't know what trim that one was or anything like that, but that's the ones you see a lot of the big time like pro mod. Like if that was like a pro mod supercharger on.
Yeah.
So you know, for him to be like, oh, you know, it doesn't really come on. I remember him saying specifically, it comes on linearly with boost, which ProCharger does work like that. Like when they're, you know, when I'm tuning a car that's ProCharged, I usually will see a gain in boost throughout the entire run, where maybe we're getting a throttle, we start at 6 pounds, and by the end of the run we're making 12. You know, that's normal, but I believe the way that ProCharger setup is supposed to work on that car, depending on how they have it set up, that would be a little bit more of a light switch, where that car, whatever boost it's on, 1200 horsepower, they should be on around 20. You know, that thing hits, you know, it hits a boost, and it's probably going to be in the 15-20 pound range right away, like faster than Lewis's car would be up on turbo. So, you know, that guy, whatever he was trying to do, was trying to show off to somebody, whatever the case was. But
I'm sure he was just trying to have a little bit of fun, but you know, just don't do that.
It's in the 30s here today.
Yeah,
like
it's freezing, you know. So yeah. So yeah, we just wanted to bring this subject up because I don't like yes. You know, like I said, the guy we were talking to, very, very nice guy, but I just don't think he knew what he was talking about as far as drifting is concerned.
Yeah. And I don't even know what the whole realm of the build was. Like, he really made it seem as though to us that they built that for somebody to go drifting with it.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know if they own the car or whatever.
And I was looking at it like, how are they drifting this thing?
Yeah, like there wasn't even really any angle mod to it to be able to compensate for what they had going on.
Right.
And on top of the fact that it has forward rake like crazy, like, you know, that if they were going to build a 41 Willys, and that was a kit coupe, I'm assuming, you know, there's no reason why you couldn't make a short wheelbase car like that work. Like, I drove a Corolla for a couple of years with an LS in it, and like, that car was fun as hell. It wasn't the easiest car in the world to drift, but it was a damn freight train when you had the thing working well. That same token, you know, this car could have probably worked really well and would have been a ton of fun to drive. But when you have a car sitting like this, it's just not, that's not how you set up for drifting.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, like, the 4-link setup could work great. Like, straight axle is one of the, you know, you get like crazy amount of forward bite, you know, with in a drifting setup with straight axle. And that was why my Corolla was so much fun, because it would just literally got in the throttle and you could feel it accelerating forward in drift. So with a setup like what they had going on there, with what we saw in the video for their stuff, like, the car could have been really awesome. But well, now it's on a wrecker somewhere, you know. And it doesn't look like anybody got hurt. Like, that's a big thing. Like, you know, hopefully nobody did get hurt in that. But if you didn't really see from the clip, when it hit, what he hit was the curb, and then he hit the guide wire on a telephone pole, and that's what rolled it over. So
yeah, so hopefully nobody got hurt or whatever. But yeah, we just wanted to talk about that and you know, put an end to an awesome week. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's a wrap. PRI 2019. Hope you enjoy the coverage, and we'll see you on the next episode.
don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content coming soon.
Is it recorded? Wanted to show you a clip of a car that... Are you done?
Sorry.
Here's the clip.
I'm dying over here.
And I'm blah, 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 blah. So, what was I talking about? Sayonara.
Oh, I forgot to turn the mic on. I'm kidding.